Before we jump into this, I want you to go ahead and grab a piece of paper and write down the number you would like to make by the end of this year. I don't care how crazy it seems. I mean, dream. Don't limit yourself. I mean, dream and put down a 6 or 7 figure number that you would like to make. And I'm going to show you how to make it. Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Natalie, the owner and creator of Soulful Lashes and Simplicity Marketing Solutions. I know it's been a while. I said I was gonna stay consistent, but you know how business is. Anyway, I know you're not here to listen to my excuses. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing how to scale your lash business. So just to start off with some facts, the lash industry is currently worth $1.5 billion and projected to increase 25% per year for the next decade. So you did hear me right. It's worth $1.5 billion. People are getting their lashes done and it's not going to die off at any time. If you are someone who gets your lashes done, think about it. Do you really ever don't want to have your lashes done? No. So obviously there is a lot of money to be made, and I don't want you guys to be discouraged and think like, ugh, another lash tech, no, there is money to be made. And I really believe if you're interested in taking this course that you should. My second fact is that the average lash tech makes upward of $73K a year. So not everyone's making 6 figures, mainly because some people are doing it on the side as a side hustle, or are not taking as much clients as they could because it's really easy to meet your 6-figure mark. But I'm sorry, I don't want to say it's really easy to meet your 6-figure mark, but if you're making up to 73K, it is easier to get to the 6-figure mark. So I don't want you guys, again, to be discouraged. Every lash tech, the average lash tech is making 73K. And if you're not making 73K, you should probably check me out for some mentorship so we can get you to start making the real bag, okay? My third fact is that the average person spends about $80 to $150 on their full set. So if you do want to enter the lash industry, you don't have to fully take it on as a career. You can do it part-time. If you're charging $150 and you take 3 people, that's $450 extra dollars aside from your actual career. I made enough to cover basic living expenses and some casual things, like I was able to go on vacation, I was able to keep up with my hair and nails regularly, I was able to drive the car that I liked. It wasn't too fancy, but it wasn't like a putt-putt. I bought an Audi for myself. I was able to live on my own and pay my bills every month. So I got to a point where, I was comfortable. This video is for you if you're trying to get to the place that you're comfortable, or if you're trying to scale to a different level of making 6, 7 figures, okay? So let's just jump into it. There are 3 main sources of income that you can use to grow your lash business. So the first one is going to be taking clients. The second one is going to be teaching and educating. And the third one is going to be having your own online store. So the average lash tech takes about 11 clients a week, if not more, some less, but the average is about 11 clients. So if you're charging $150 and you're getting at least 11 clients, you're making some pretty nice change, okay? So that's just for me starting to let you know, if you do want to take a lash class, to do it. If you do want to start a lash career, to do it. It's not too late. It's actually one of the most lucrative businesses with the smallest startup. I will let you guys know as the video go on how you start to need more money, but it's the smallest amount for a startup. You might take 1 lash class. I always recommend taking more than one lash class, maybe 2, 3 is what I would say is the average. And the bonus, the 4th way, is going to be mentoring and coaching. Now, I listed these all in steps that I feel like you need to take. So what I'm saying is, like, I don't think if you are just taking clients that you should jump into mentoring someone. Or I don't think if you just started lashing and you're taking clients, you should just jump into having an online store. And I'm gonna tell you guys why. So the first step is actually taking clients, You are taking regular clients. You wanna make sure that you're charging premium prices. If you're charging anywhere below $100, I think you need to work on raising your prices and getting your money worth. Maybe your work is not where you feel like it needs to be charging that much. If that is the case, you need to take another lash class. Like, don't be stingy, don't be cheap, invest in yourself. Even I, who've been doing this for several years, am still registering for lash classes. And the reasons for that is, like, there is I don't know everything. You don't know everything. The person who's teaching me doesn't know everything. They went to somebody, they got trained. They're relating the message to me now. I'm getting trained, and now I'm relating the message to you. So you have to invest in yourself so that you can start charging those premium prices. If you're charging less than $100 and it's taking you 2 hours, personally, I don't feel like it's beneficial at that point, because you might as well just go to work and not have to hassle yourself with customer service and clients and buying products. It just doesn't seem a good investment if you're charging less than $100. If you are charging $100, you know that if you take 10 clients a week and it's a full set, you're making $1,000 a week. You could take, if you're charging $200, you could take 5 clients a day and making $1,000 days. I've had someone comment recently in the past and saying, there's no way you make $1,000 days. I do, and I do regularly. And I have to say, on the side, at this point in my life, it's not only from doing lashes, it's from other services I add as well. But my main source of income is lashes. So I do make $1,000 a day lashing. The reason it's not consistent all the time is because not everyone's getting a full set. But if all your clients that day are getting full sets, there's no reason that you can't make $1,000 a day. So that is our first way of making money. You want to try to get to the point that your books are booked out. A good way to get people to come back before they even leave, schedule their next appointment. Hey, I'm thinking Wednesday, January 23rd at 3 o'clock again. Most of the time people won't turn it down. Those who turn it down, they turn it down, that's fine. But most of the time people won't turn it down, and that's securing your next check. But you want to try to get your books booked out. And I'm gonna create another video on how to build your clientele, but you want to try to get your books booked out, okay? If your books aren't booked out, you're probably not lashing enough, you're probably not practicing enough, your work is probably not good enough. And I say that very lighthearted. I don't like to say people work or it's not good, but your work may not be the best. And even me, I've had times where my glue wasn't working. I feel like after a whole year of being here, my sets are finally getting back how they used to be. I had to learn the temperature, the movement, life stress, all this played a factor in how good my work could have been compared to when I was in Florida and things were comfortable. But definitely you need to practice, you need to try to get your books booked out. If you're not making upwards, I would say of $8K a month just taking clients, then I think you do need to sit down and re-examine what areas you can grow and increase and be better at what you're doing. But your first stream of revenue should be taking clients, okay? Step 2 is training and educating. So let's say you've been doing this at least a year. I would say at least a year, but some people learn faster and feel like they can train. I just feel like outside of just knowing the knowledge, you have to have experience. To be a trainer, you have to be patient. You have to try to work. You're literally you have to treat the people you're training like children. So you have to be really patient, really kind, really encouraging, and you got to give them the tools to succeed. So what works for you? We all have a certain way. Some of us like pinching, some of us like wiggling. But if you do have a trainee who signs up and she doesn't know how to pinch, or she doesn't like the pinching method, you have to be able to teach her another way, because your whole goal of training is to make sure that the next person is successful in what they're paying you for. It's not only because they're paying you, but they're entrusting you to help them start a new journey. So I take that personally and very serious. So if you're gonna start training, I would say at least give yourself a year and take as much classes and as much information and just make sure you're well-rounded in lashing. So with my training, in my trainings, you know, I offer different tweezers, different styles of lashes. You know, sometimes they're cashmere, sometimes they're silk. I want that person to leave and have experience using different tools, and they can make the decision what works best for them. Or I can see, okay, she's using the cashmere lashes. Those are too soft. She can't get a good grip of it. Let me give her these silk ones, which are a bit easier to fan out. So definitely your next way of making money would be training. When you're training, I would say you have to consider, you know, the cost of your kit, the cost of your time, and the actual cost, how much you want to make in profit. So whatever someone charged for a training, they're not making the full amount, which is why if you've seen my video, 10 things you should know before taking the lash class, you'll know why I don't recommend taking a class for anyone who charges less 500 or 600, because they're probably not going to give you the best tools. Some people start at that price because they're just starting. I feel like once you start training, you learn more. You know how to prepare yourself more for the next class. Like, okay, they asked me this question and I didn't feel prepared. Let me make sure I do the research for the next class. So sometimes the prices are low because the person's just started training. Doesn't necessarily mean that they don't know what they're doing, but they need to get a feel, and they don't understand, you know, all the costs. Where was I? Because Marley, you know, started tripping. But that's with training. So trainings, you know, if you're making 8K a month with just taking your clients, maybe you can cut out the weekends to do trainings. I typically like to do my trainings on the weekends because I want to be done. Sunday and Monday is preferably the times that I would choose, but most people work Mondays, so I do Saturdays and Sundays. So you have to consider how much you're spending to buy the tools and how much time you're taking. So if you're doing 2 or 3 days, you know, if you could take 10 clients and make more than that, then why would you even bother? You know, so you got to consider these things before actually doing trainings. But trainings are a good way of making money. So if you're charging $1,000, you do 4 trainings a month, that's 4K. Take out some of the opportunity costs, which some of the expenses, I mean, that you're spending. Maybe you're left with $3,500, more or less, depending on where you're getting it from. But from there, you can see if we're making 8K and taking clients, and we're working the weekends, and we're making an additional 3 to 4K, now we're at 12K a month, okay? Yeah, it's realistic. My only advice would be, do not shorten yourself. Do not start charging $500, because it's going to be hard to scale up to you know, $1,400, $1,200. I used to have classes that were $500. I don't think it was $500 per se. I think it was like $699 or $599. And I wasn't really making money. I was making like $300 after buying them the kit and then sitting there and teaching them. And then I wasn't happy. You know, you want to make sure your student's happy. You want to make sure you're happy. This is side note. A lot of the stuff we be trying to put in kits that your trainee don't really need. They actually need the basics. You know, they need trays, they need scissors, they need the basics. But anything fancy, like fancy, you know, shakers or whatever, they don't need that. So don't cut into your cost and then you feel upset that you got gypped. Give them the most necessary things. Obviously, top tier necessary things. Don't go buy the cheapest off Amazon, but give them the necessary things so you're happy with their outcome and they're happy with their outcome. That would be my only other advice, okay? So I will make another video, of course, in more details about how to prepare for your trainings when you're the trainer. But of course, nonetheless, trainings is our second way of making money. So as you can see here, just to recap, We have making 8K a month with taking clients. We have making 4K a month with teaching 4 to 5 classes or 4 to 5 students. Our third way is going to be e-commerce, okay? Selling your own lash supplies. So I know there's a lot of girls out there selling lash supplies, but that's not a reason to not start your lash company or your lash business. If you want to start your lash business, I'm not going to go into detail on it as much, but if you want to start your e-commerce business, you want to make sure you have business credit and you're not using your own cash, your own lucrative asset to buy these supplies. Now, if you don't know how to use build business credit, or if you haven't registered your business, you can check out my ebook below where I go steps with steps about building your business credit and where to find vendors and stuff. So that will be tagged below. But you don't want to use your own money to build your e-commerce. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, I did that, and I did that. I wouldn't say it was a bad investment, but some of my inventory got lost. Some of my inventory got ruined in the snowstorm we had here last February, and it hurt. It hurt because I cleared out my savings to invest in this. And it's not that I'm not making the money back, but the money does not come back immediately. So if you have business credit, then you can pay it off over time and see your profit. Afterpay is not business credit. I just had to say that because I've said, who has business credit before? And people are like, I don't use credit. I use Afterpay or Klarna or whatever. And these are not bad things, but they're not business credit. They're installments. That's completely different. I'm talking about having a line of credit of 150K and being able to buy all the products you need and do a proper launch for all the products you have, where you can pay marketing, where you can pay for professional pictures, where you can really make the money. And side note, things are fun. It's more fun to be a business owner when you have the cash coming in, and it's easier to do launches and sell out products because you've built that. Okay. Also, with having your online store, the people you train will more than likely become your customers, and they will, start investing in your business. I give all my students 10% off lifetime, but that is the next way to make money. The good thing about this is, like, if you buy a lash tray, you have to buy them wholesale, of course. You can't just buy like 50. You got to buy like a couple thousands at a time. The more you buy, the less it costs. So let's say you buy a lash tray for $4. You sell it for $20. That's $16 profit. That's over 300% profit investment that you've made off that one lash tray. So you see how we can make money very easily there. Shipping out in your online store, once it's actually running and you have people running your ads and stuff and you don't have to put work, I have to say personally is the best feeling for me. So the days that I am promoting, the months I am promoting and making a lot of posts and videos, I can easily make an extra 10K, if not more. The months that I'm not promoting, I still make like a 5, 4, which is good to wake up and see, oh, you got a PayPal notification of $300. Oh, you got a Shopify notification of $400. Oh, you got this and that. And it's like you're making money in your sleep. Yeah, you have to pack them, but trust me, you'll have no problem packing $400 or $500 orders. I don't. I love to go to the post office and wake up days, and I don't have to deal with clients or anybody. I can just pack their orders, ship them out. There's a lot more to it, but obviously, as you can see, so we have taking clients monthly, about 8K, doing trainings, about an additional 4K, having your online store, I'm going to say you make an additional 4 or 5K. Now, putting all that together, we're at 8, 12, 16, 17K. If you're making 17K a month, there's no reason for you to not, be able to scale your business to 6 or 7 figures. The hassle, it's easier said than done. The hassle is trying to get to that point. trying to get your books filled to get clients to make the 8K. But once you conquer that, it's always going to work. The next one is trying to get people to do your trainings. Once you start promoting and advertising and have experience and proof that you have trained people to become successful lash techs like yourself, you'll get that. And then the next is trying to get the inventory, finding vendors, finding shipping companies, setting an online store, actually having money to buy products, not half of the time you have inventory, half of the time you don't have inventory. You want to make sure you have steady inventory and you're always launching new things. These things take time, but keep your mind on the goal. That number you wrote at the beginning of this video is very, very, very feasible. It's very possible. It just takes hard work, dedication, and investing in yourself. I personally have invested into so many classes, from marketing to running Facebook ads to just from A to Z, and I will never stop investing in myself. Many of us don't want to pay for knowledge. Yes, you can go on YouTube, and I'm giving you a basic rundown. If I was mentoring you, I wouldn't be giving you such a simple plan. It'd be tailored to you. So don't be afraid to get yourself a mentor. Don't be afraid to register for another lash class. Don't be afraid to start in building your business and buying things on business credit. Everything can't be cash. I know we want it to be cash, but it can't be cash, and it can't be on your personal social security. It needs to be on your business EIN. It needs to be under your LLC. I know so many of us, at least for me, I have big dreams for Soulful Lashes, and it's not just to be a lash studio. It's to be a spa, a high-end spa. I have big dreams, and it's taking time. And to be honest, there are steps I had to take back. I had to give up my suite, not because of financial reasonings, but it wasn't aligning with the long plan. It wasn't fitting in my plan. So I had to take a step back and start working home again, and to start saving and figure out okay, I don't want to work in someone's suite. I want to do X, Y, and Z, and I want to build my business. So I don't want to say it's going to be easy, but you can make your 6-figure year. Making making 100K a year is only making $200, $300 a day. Come on, y'all know that's really easy to make. Now, it's harder to keep when you are not counting your money, when you're not portioning your money. For me, I used to make money so fast, I didn't even think about it. Get my hair done, nail done, but you gotta really, portion your money and really remember the goal, the plan for your business to scale, okay? So last time, I'm just gonna recap, is that the three ways of scaling your lash business is taking clients, training and educating, online and e-commerce store, okay? The bonus is actually becoming a mentor. You can make more money. You can retire. I know lash techs who's retired. They know how to do lashes, but they don't take clients day to day. They mentor, train, run a salon, and live their life more peaceful. They take clients when they want to. That is a bonus when you get to that point, because all the stuff you're going to learn from, all the things that you're learning right now on how to build your clientele to get your books booked out, on how to do trainings, on how to start your own lash line company or private label brand. These are things that people in the future are going to have questions about. More girls are raising up to be lash techs. Lashing is not going anywhere. If anything, it's advancing, and we're getting better and better at how to apply lashes and what the glue and the rules that applied a few years ago. A few years ago, there was no lash trays. They came in a little circle, and you had to pick it and flip it and turn it and to put it on the person's lash. There was none of these mega volume 24, 25s. There wasn't that, but now there is. So who knows what the next few years are going to entail. You have to keep educating yourself, keep growing yourself, and then you can become a mentor. And mentoring is not cheap, okay? It can be cheap depending on the type of plans that you want, but if you really want someone, you know, you want to reach your 7-figure years, I've had to join the millionaire clubs and stuff like that. And for me, it's more to see how like people who are millionaires or billionaires, how they handle themselves, how they handle their money. But it's all mentoring, you know. So that's it for this video. It's a quick video. I just really needed to get a video out, one, and I needed to launch this because I made the post like a month ago about this. If you have any other questions of how you want my video to look, go ahead and comment below. If you are interested in taking training, mentorship, the ebook, check out my website, www.soulfullashes.com. And before you go ahead and follow me on Instagram, press the subscribe button, and turn on your notifications so you know the next time I drop my next video. All right, I love you guys so much. I pray your business thrives. I pray you success. I pray I see your Instagram and I'd be like, dang, this girl's killing it. I want all these things for you, and I'm here to help you. All right, see y'all soon.